And welcome back to another episode of the Jawbercue as we explore the world of backyard wrestling. We continue with the second part of this ESW event, ESW Backyard Wrestling. Check them out. Follow their YouTube channel. And yeah, so we're going to get into, well, first of all, we got Big D, we got Max Draw,
Yo yo.
and
Hi ho. Hi ho.
off to work we go. But so we're gonna have we are currently reviewing this is a number one contenders ladder match. The winner gets a contract uh, for the Anarchy Championship.
Oh, is that clearly mentioned? Because I don't remember that.
Not clearly, but I know that that's their heavyweight. That's their championship.
Oh, you know that's the champ. So okay, if you haven't watched
Right.
these guys before, then you would have no idea what this. It is for a contract, which is just a piece of paper hanging on a contraption that they made themselves. Which I think if you jump, you could possibly grab it. Maybe you
I
could.
don't know. That's pretty odd. Well, yeah, maybe I could. But I didn't even know. I didn't even think the ladder that they had was gonna
That
be
was a
good
s-
enough.
that wasn't even was that a 6 footer?
It might have been, yeah, probably a 6 foot, maybe
Yeah,
five. I don't know.
yeah.
Well,
But
we'll see.
it was short ladder, but
Yeah,
yeah.
but we got old school Gibbons. This is which everybody refers to him as OSG, and then we got Beaner Andrew, which is probably the most Beaner chants I've ever heard.
Yes,
Uh,
I just remember asking Big D. I'm like, at what point, like, is if your name is Beaner, is it still racist to keep calling Beaner? Because like these guys, you would think that these guys were Beaner fans.
I mean, there were a lot of Beaner fans in there though.
There were a lot of Beaner fans. So
Yeah.
Beaner Andrew definitely had a huge following at the event. And for a good reason, because if you look at the image that we have for this video, that's Beaner Andrew delivering a fucking super kick to Gibbons, like smack on, just beautifully done. So, just Beaner amazed me in this match. I'm gonna keep saying Beaner Andrew though, just to be
Well, I wonder how big this like Beaner faction is. Like if there is a Beaner faction,
yeah,
like you got Beaner Andrew, you got like
Beaner
Beaner
Dave.
Bean, yeah, Beaner Dave.
But there was also they were talking about burritos, so I don't know. Like this is, I think this was I mean,
Cholos.
yeah, they called him a cholo. Well, granted, like before we go any further with this, and yeah, I know in today's day and age this could sound racist and all that insensitive stuff, you know. I just would like to say that the crowd was actually pretty varied, pretty diverse. So uh, um, the, this faction, this federation, ESW Federation, is very diverse, even back in 2008. So um, I think, yeah, I'm just gonna say that before people just get all incensed and all that bullshit.
Oh,
But there's going to be a trigger warning. There's going to be a lot of Beaner references because that is literally the name of the wrestler, Mr. And I wrote automatic chants, Beaner, Beaner. And I tell you what, Beaner Andrew, he reverses a power bomb into a Hurricane Rana at the beginning, then reverses an F5 and delivers a super kick. I just wrote that he has amazing kicks. Uh, Gibbons goes for a spear, but Biener reverses it into a spine buster. I mean, just good shit. Um, they were really going for big moves in this match.
Mhm.
And they kind of kept going back and forth between the two.
Yeah,
But
it was.
I do have some bones to pick with this match. But
Oh,
yes, I do have some bones to pick because they started out so good. And you're like, holy shit! Like it was like watching a little bit of lucha, at least from
mhm.
Biener Andrew.
Right. Yeah, they started out hot.
And he's practiced this. He's got spins, flips. Um, he was really good in this, but he also suffers. And I wrote, so I'm just gonna get to it, bro. I'm just gonna jump straight into it. Let's see. I have a note here that this looks like WWE.
Mm.
And I was a little like, why the fuck? Okay, all right. So they weren't laying in their punches and elbow hits. Although this is like, if the first match that we talked about was they didn't lay it in at all, the second match,
Mhm.
their elbows and their punches were kind of sloppy. Um, but it was really about the selling. Because I remember one time it was Biener delivered another kick, I believe, and Gibbons sells it. All right, Gibbons fucking sells it. He's out. And what does Biener do? He instantly picks him up and goes for another move. And it's like, what are you doing? Like, let him fucking sell it. You just delivered a devastating fucking move on him. And so, like, that reminded me of WWE. I'm like, this is the same shit that I bitch about with WWE. And Biener Andrew is very athletic and very fucking gifted. And he suffers from the same shit that I see. It's like you kick, the people are selling for you, and you don't even give them a chance to sell. You pick them up. Of course, this is 2008. A lot of things could have changed since then. But for me, right there, I was like, oof, this is not getting more than 3 stars, even though it's a pretty badass match. I just, I had PTSD flashes from watching WWE and super kicks and just not selling. I was like, what am I doing? Am I judging this based on WWE? And I was like, I got angry. So I apologize to these guys because I took it personal. But anyway, we can get back to their super moves, like everything they did in this match. It's like they pick up. There was a F5, there was a stunner, there was a rock bottom. What else was there? Um, Super kicks. Uh, oh, there was one more in there. But that's basically all Gibbons was doing was super moves or finishers.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It was definitely a finish fest.
But yeah, so even in backyard wrestling, if you do finishers, you devalue them. So uh, that those two things bothered me. But outside of that, it was a very fun match. Can I even say that?
You can say whatever you want.
Uh,
Okay.
mm, thanks, Big D. Yeah, well, Gibbons belly button or belly to belly button suplex.
That was nice. The
Yeah,
belly button.
that was a belly button suplex. He just put his finger in his belly button and just flipped him right over. And his belly to belly was awesome. They used the bounciness of the trampoline because Biener did oh no, it wasn't a Biener. That was the next match. Never mind. Uh, they kind of went back and forth. Biener
Yeah.
Andrew was definitely more athletic, although Gibbons was a powerhouse. That's what he was portrayed as. and he wasn't that much bigger than Beaner Andrews, so I don't know. Did you see him as a powerhouse?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't see him as a high flyer. So, I mean, if you're not
I,
a high flyer, you're most likely a powerhouse.
so this was like uh, this felt like Brock Lesnar fighting Rey Mysterio, except they were
Yeah.
about the same
Okay.
size.
yeah.
How's that? How's that? I think that sums up the match.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Even like if you're going in like today's comparison, Bobby Lashley versus Austin Theory, or sorry, Theory.
Uh,
I mean, Theory's a big guy, but
well,
not as big
yeah,
as not as
theories.
big as Lashley, but they're the same freaking height. Like,
But maybe
but
more like Lashley and Ricochet. Come on, or because Beaner Andrew was, he was dude. He was a high flyer, pretty
okay,
fast.
Sheamus, Sheamus and Ricochet,
There we go. All right, that's it. That's closer.
because we've always seen that 100 times. But
Um,
anyway, yeah.
so it's
So
I have some like steps of the match here. Here, all their moves are big moves, and I wrote stunner. Uh,
mhm.
I wrote basically I wrote Gibbons received a super kick and sold it like he's supposed to, but Beaner picked him up super fast, and I wrote damn it with with exclamation points, man. Um, uh, Beaner Andrew then sets Gibbons on a table. He climbs the ladder and does not break the table. And this is a ladder match, but somewhere at one point in time, the crowd was yelling for Beaner Andrew to pin Gibbons without realizing that it was a ladder match. And I think somebody else in the crowd said it's a ladder match. So that was a little interesting detail. Um, so I'm just gonna go to the best part of my match. I mean, what do you have about this match, man? Because I have notes here, and I'm just going note to note. What opinion you got? What you got going on?
it was a solid back and forth match. It was just spots after spot.
Yeah,
Um, well, I mean, there's more creativity, I guess.
absolutely. And like I mean, yeah. I keep wanting to say brother Andrew now. Uh, so Beaner Andrew was awesome, man. Gibbons too. Gibbons kid like he could pick him up, throw him around. So like these guys were like next level from what we watched right before this. Uh, um, so it was a fun match, but like the selling thing bothered me because they were so good. So like the better you are, the more I get bothered by like if you don't sell shit.
Right, right. Okay,
So that's what upset me. And then
got
of course it was really just back and forth mostly the match.
yeah. No, I don't. You weren't sure who was going to win until the end. No,
Yeah, when you knew who won.
right.
No, they definitely.
Um,
I mean, they structured it all right. I think one of the best spots in the whole show uh, was so Beaner runs up. So he sets up a ladder on the edge of the trampoline, and then he runs from outside. He runs on the ladder, jumps into the ring or aka trampoline, and in midair, before even touching the trampoline, Gibbons spears the fuck out of him.
yes.
That alone. Like if I was just grading one move of this match, that right there has got like 8,000 toilet paper rolls. It
Oh
was
wow.
just I loved it. Loved it. It's fucking awesome. Awesome. But that's just it. It's just one move, you know? But great. Well done. And you can tell that these guys are on the next level from what we saw the right before. Um, it's just the way they delivered it. It was awesome. So Cheers. Great job.
Cheers. Um, yeah, I don't.
It's a good spear. I have the next note. I have Gibbons is now on top and suplexes Beaner over the ladder. So he's
Yeah, so that was a good spot too. I was glad they finally used the ladder. Uh,
in a ladder match.
yeah, but at least as it like causing pain.
Yep.
Um, they had it where um, OSG was sandwiched in between the ladder, and Beaner did a backflip. Well, it wasn't a backflip. Yeah, it was. It was a backflip leg drop, I think he did, off of a
Mm-hmm.
lawn chair,
Yeah.
and brought that down across OSG's the back of his head. Then that ended up leading to ladder on the ground and OSG suplex Beaner uh, on the ladder. And that was, I mean, I think that hurt. That would have hurt.
They did because
Uh,
he didn't suplex him like lengthwise. He
right,
suplexed him
right,
across.
right.
So where like I don't know where you're gonna land except in your back. But once again, it's like what gets me with a lot of with most of this backyard wrestling really is like, hey, you don't have to lay your punch in, okay? You don't have to do it. You could figure out a way to punch where it at least looks like you're punching. But like so far, both of these matches, these punches were sloppy. It's like they were just done as a transition. Like it's like imagine an artist trying to paint a canvas and you paint like a beautiful river. I mean, it just looks gorgeous. And then you put a bridge over it, and most of the bridge looks great, except that the last post you just draw like one straight line with a black marker. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels
Uh,
like when I watch those. It just it's you haven't like you are not paying attention to this. You know, you're not paying attention to the punch. And
it's
I know this,
pineapple
man.
flex. Yeah.
I've done this. I've done this because, like, so when I backyard wrestled, I would do those. Okay, I would do those like super shitty, barely touch anything punch. But that's because I'm just like I'm trying to kill dead time between setting up something and my opponent. So it didn't matter to me. Obviously, the punches didn't matter to me because it was just kind of like meh. So you almost end up. It looks like you're touching your opponent, not punching your opponent. Um, and of course, the later it goes, the better we got, the more you understand, the more you learn. It's like okay, well you got like every punch needs to look like a fucking punch. So you learn, and I'm sure these guys have gotten so much better. And so like next week, I want to watch something from these guys that's a little more recent and hopefully it's from the same guys we watched today. But
Okay.
that's what I'm talking about. It's like you paint a Mona Lisa and then like instead of finishing the painting, like you just doodle an ear. Instead of finishing the ear, you just doodle it, and it's just like it just sticks out more when you're better, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
And the last note I have, best spot of the match that actually was sold perfectly is Gibbons picks up Beaner for a power bomb. Beaner reaches for the ladder and doesn't let Gibbons do the power bomb. Then he keeps using the ladder and hitting Gibbons over the head, but Gibbons perseveres eventually. He powers through it and sends Beaner Andrew through a table. That part of the match was the most realistic part of the match for me. And once again, even if I graded the second portion of the match, I would 5 toilet paper rolls.
Oh,
But like this, some of those things really bother the fuck out of me. So I already told you I'm at 3 toilet paper rolls for this match. But the match ends with Gibbons climbing the ladder after doing that. It wasn't even a power bomb; it was more like Razor's Edge at that point.
Right.
And it was a little bothered me a little that he didn't deliver it to him from all the way up. He like bent down and gently let him through, which is fine. But just like some of the shit they laid in, it's like I don't understand. It's like, dude, if I get hit in a match, if I get hit with a candlestick over the head, like full bore, I can't for the rest of the match like ease up on the candlesticks. Does that make sense? Like at
Yes.
that point, you set a precedent. And now, like Roe v. Wade, why are you overturning that shit when you set a precedent 50 years ago? Same shit. Hashtag bringing politics in this. Woo-hoo. You like how smooth that was? I brought that in.
Very, very smooth.
Oh,
It was like you landed a right hand punch
that's right.
and, and made it and transitioned into that.
Yeah, instantly. Yeah, instantly into a shitty ass punch. Yep. Uh, but Gibbons wins the contract.
Yes, he is the new number one contender for the Anarchy Championship.
Well, you assume it's anarchy. Did they say it?
Oh, that's the only world championship that they have.
Oh, okay. All right. All
I
right.
think I haven't seen any other ones.
Yeah, because I wrote what that contract is, dot, dot, dot. Or question mark, question mark, question mark. I don't know. And then I wrote nope. I have no idea why I wrote nope. But that was
When we move on, um, the champion, all it says is ESW champion. So,
ah.
but
So there's 2 championships at least.
I don't know.
hmm Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
Let's give them props for actually naming the wrestlers when they walk out. That's big. We didn't
Yes.
necessarily know it was a ladder match, did we? No, we knew it was a ladder match.
Yep.
Um,
Yep. I said it. I said it.
it said it, yes. So props for that. What the contract was for, not clear, especially with YouTube videos, because you don't know. I mean, we're also guilty of this on our channel here, bro. Because a lot of times we don't end it with. Luckily, it says Jawbers, our name is Jawbers, all that shit. But if you're putting these videos out, I mean, granted, they're filmed 2008. They weren't thinking about that. They just wanted to wrestle. So, you know, I guess I'm starting to become more critical of backyard wrestling.
Which might mean we're gonna be start doing. We're gonna start watching something else. But
I'm a bitter old man here.
so
Uh,
if you so with the ability of pause, um, thanks to OSG, he flashes his contract at the camera, and if you pause it, it says contract ESW Championship winner gets title match.
nice.
That's the most simplest contract I've ever seen.
Is it? Did they sign it?
That's the only thing is I don't see any signatures.
Oh, do we have a controversy brewing?
We might have
Hmm.
a contract. We might have a contract versi.
Oh, we have a contract mercy. Oh no. Does this start now? We gotta watch the next show, bro, because does this start some shit? Is he demand is like, no, you guys didn't sign this shit.
Anyway, that's what it says on the contract. So there we go. So it's for the ESW Championship.
so it's for the championship that from the match we're gonna review next.
Yeah.
Gotcha. What was it? Hardcore, uh, something G.
Hardcore Kid,
Hardcore
Alex G.
Alex G, the hardcore kid. I,
Yeah.
I yeah, I called him
Versus Wicked J. So
Wicked
the
J. Yeah.
winner of
Okay.
that match, uh, old school Giddy or Giddens, sorry, old school Giddens, will be the number one contender too. So
That's right. Gibbons. Giddy giddy. All right. I am giving this 3 toilet paper rolls. I've already explained as to why. They could have gone more. I'm sorry. This is also a little bit of a pet peeve on the selling that you guys have ended up getting a brunt of. I'm grumpy. Uh, these our reviews are definitely my reviews are definitely tainted, but with how I feel. So I would just like to say that we are. Well, I
well,
can't speak for you.
I'm giving it a 3 as well,
Okay, never mind.
and I feel fine. So
Yeah, okay, please elaborate. Because I think I'm just like, I make it rain toilet papers when it comes to backyard wrestling. And today I was just like, you cannot pick him up after giving him a super kick. I'm like, oh my God. I think I have PTSD with super kicks, and these guys are on the brunt end of it, and I apologize, but I'm sticking with 3. And that's because these guys are good. Ugh.
I'm going 3 because it was better than the first match, and I don't know,
It,
it was still entertaining. It just wasn't. I mean,
it was much better than the first match.
I did like the reversal spot into a super kick.
You
Um,
didn't?
I did.
It was a great super kick. That's literally, if you look right now, that's the image that we have up. Granted, this is 2008 footage, so it's very grainy.
Yeah, I mean, it was just it was a spot fest.
Well, yeah, they did all kinds
Um,
of big moves.
like I feel like I'm at closer to a 4 than 3
Hmm.
with him running onto the trampoline and then you get speared.
That was awesome.
The whole last sequence there on the ladder
That was
was
awesome.
decent with the reversals and the power bomb. Which I think it was just the fact that yeah he just didn't have him up high enough, so the impact wasn't as good. I think it would have been better the first, like instead of him reversing it and reversing the first power bomb and then continuing to climb up the ladder. I think
Mm,
if they did it the first time around, it would have been better um, impact. But I do like that they used the him grabbing onto the ladder and trying to reverse that to get to the contract.
that was awesome. That was realistic, man. Like that whole little last part was
Yeah,
realistic.
I mean the biggest part is that the table broke, so
Yeah.
that's good.
Well, the first time the table
Um,
did not break. You're right.
no,
Well, that's it. They
um,
were using plywood. So once again, here's the thing. Like it gets me that the this like some of these things like are thought through, and some of the things are not thought through. And it's like you can't afford to be buying fucking wood tables, foldable tables and shit. Uh, as a kid, and these guys are. That's what we use. We use plywood, man. We use like thin sheet of plywood, and the reason we would use it is because every time you send somebody through it, it would make noises like it cracked.
mm,
It would make a lot of noise. Like it really like you broke it, but then it's still a single sheet of plywood. Like
right, right.
it's very, very,
It's not
very bendy
not easy to
plywood.
break. Right.
Yeah, and so. we used that over and over and over again because we just couldn't afford tables. But when you sent somebody through it, the noise of it was like, even though it didn't break, it would still bend and fall and slip off the chairs. So these guys are smart. Like, when it comes to that, like well, maybe I don't want to say smart because I don't know these guys. But it just seems like some things are thought through. And of course, like during at that age, even for me, like, of course we want to do more spots. It was like, how do we get to the next spot? How do we get to the next spot? And it was all about the spot. And, it's like the older I got, the more I just learned that it's not about spots. And now I'm judging kids, high school kids, maybe a little older, with toilet fucking paper rolls. So I just want to point out my hypocrisy here. But also the fact that we're doing this is because we love wrestling. So,
Yes.
and so in that sense, like all of these matches, I would always give 5 toilet paper rolls, all the toilet paper rolls I could. But I'm trying to, like, kind of give them some pointers or some things like that I see that really bother me. And so, you are closer. You're like the like 3 toilet paper rolls plus some, a couple of ply, like 2 ply, 3 toilet paper roll type of thing. Am I right?
I mean, I guess. I mean, it's solid.
Yeah.
It's a pretty solid 3. Yeah.
Yeah, not well, we've had worse matches. You could say we've watched worse matches that we gave more toilet paper rolls to. And
Yeah,
one of the
probably.
one of the big things for us is entertainment value.
Yeah.
And so I
Yeah,
must
like
say,
they were straight to the point. They weren't really talking too much smack. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know.
and they were
It's
good. They were good generally. They were pretty good.
yeah,
Yeah, it just I wasn't so entertained. Um, you got to go next level of either crazy or just oblivious to entertain me in that way. But I think what's her name? Sassy. What's her name?
sassy cheese,
Sassy Cheese. Sassy
cheese.
Tease. Sassy Cheese. Sassy Tease. Sassy Tease was in 2 out of 3 of these matches, and I just want to say, even though she wasn't in this match, we'll give her credit. We give Sassy Tease credit here because
She was
I feel
kind of
like
missed in this match.
she is
Like, I kind
absolutely.
of, I kind of like looking back on it, I kind of wish she was in this. Like,
Yes. What is Sassy Tease gonna do in this match? What is she gonna call these people? Uh, I bet you she probably looks at this like nowadays. I don't think she's looking back these years, but if she is, she's probably gonna cringe. Is like, I'm glad this footage is blurry because she should be throwing some slurs out there. I mean, she really took a character.
yeah,
Yeah. So the different age. These are kids. We can't judge them on that. We're not gonna judge them on that. So overall, 6 out of 10 for this match. That's still better than 50%. Uh, for me, Beaner Andrew,
yeah.
uh, he was pretty good. Gibbons was pretty good. They did some reversals, some very, very skilled stuff. Um, they dropped the ball in some places. It's too bad because if you're that good, it bothers me when you fuck things up. And you're more than welcome to reach out to us at jawbers.com. That is Jawbers, or the Jawbers. Or you can check us out at this YouTube channel, which is the Jawbers. Once again, that is Jawbers.
Yes.
And you
Definitely.
can leave a comment. Yeah, please.
Yeah. Leave a comment, give us a like, be sure to subscribe, turn on your notifications, and
That's right. And let us know how much we suck for pointing out these little details.
Yeah.
Not we, how much I suck, because Big D did not complain of any of these. So if you disagree, let us know. I'm just holding these two guys, I'm holding at a higher standard, hence less toilet paper rolls. Still 6 out of 10 is not bad, but you're on a different level, so that's not bad. All right, Max Jaw, gentleman with me is, please.
So,
We need to
I'm
figure
Big
this
D.
out. Big D,
Yeah. Yeah.
known to some other people as Big D. Uh-huh. I will not give up the rest of your email.
Also Bigger D, and also Biggest D,
Yeah,
and yeah,
and all
sometimes
of those
just
are true.
just plain old D.
I don't know if that one's true, but okay. All right, man. We'll see you in the next video.